All right, you ready to go, Carla?
Yes.
Let's go! Come on! Gotta pump myself up every day. That's how I get going. Come on, let's go. Ready to go? I'm ready. Gotta get myself fired up so I can get this done to the best of my ability. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, I'm ready now. All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another 5K tennis discussion. Here we are, just very shortly removed from the Australian Open, and here we are on our 24th show. Let's go! 24. 24. All right, so ready for today. All right, so as always, we will place a link above in case you missed our last show or you are new to this channel or family, as we like to call it. So if you missed any of the previous topics, any of the previous discussions, any of the previous comments, click the link above and you can catch right up to where we left off. So Carla and I said we would take a few days off or a week off before we did our next show. That only lasted one day for us. Let's go! Yes! So we missed everyone after one day, so here we are once again.
Lots of comments.
Lots of comments
the same day we did the show, I think.
And we have a lot to talk about, too.
Yes.
A lot has transpired in one day. So we're going to get into it. All right, so a few shout-outs to begin this show, as we like to do every show. We ended with that last time because it was the Australian Open final and there was a lot of drama involved with that. So I'm going to try to slide in as many shout-outs right now. That stemmed from the last show and some very good friends of ours and contributors and so forth that help us out tremendously. All right, so big shout-out number one to a wonderful tennis player, a really great coach, and someone that has just begun their tennis academy in the Miami, Florida area. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that person is, again, a wonderful player coach and a beautiful soul, and Steve Carreru. Mm-hmm. Right?
Steve Carreru or Steven Carreru.
do the Spanish way. So a big shout out to Steve in that he just began his tennis academy in the Miami area, which is the Future of Tennis Academy. He has a lot of beautiful young students, and he shares the same passion that all of us share for the game. So if you ever want to look up Steve, if you're in the Miami area or have any desire to be involved with a really, really passionate coach, player, and someone that has a new academy in the Miami area, please look up Steve Carreru or... Carreru! Let's go! Let's go, Steve. I'm always watching you. We wish the best for you, and I want one of your shirts. I'll send you one of mine, too. All right, so another big shout-out to Lady Shizi, who is in the Philippines, who has been a fan of tennis, especially Novak Djokovic.
Another female.
Let's go! Come on!
We're stacking up the females now.
Before
it used to be all guys, and then one showed up, and now it's starting to trend.
Rahesh, this one's for you. Go, Shizi.
But she's a Novak fan, so I guess I was wrong from the first few shows we used to do that Nadal and Federer had more fans.
Yeah, you were wrong on that deal.
Yes.
By the way, I need to put on my boxing glove because I have a feeling Carla and I are going to disagree today. So I'm going to get ready with my left hook. All right. Lady Shizi has been a tennis fan since especially the 2007 time frame, where she became a Novak Djokovic fan by watching Djokovic in the 2007 U.S. Open. I think it was a David Ferrer semi, and he played Federer in the final. What I thought was very interesting about this is Lady Shizi became a fan of tennis. Within the very same match is where I was actually at that tournament in person, involved with some of the streaming team there, and was actually sitting courtside for the Federer-Djokovic final, in which Federer won in straight sets. Let's go!
Well,
Come on!
I think it's awesome. It doesn't matter who you like, which tennis player you like, but it is awesome that you can become a tennis fan, probably know nothing about tennis, see a professional tennis player and become a fan because of that player.
Let's go!
That's pretty awesome.
Welcome, Lady Shizi. Much love to you in the Philippines. New viewer and a new individual that made some lovely comments. Summon256, who had a big correction from Carla and I's last commentary about a statistic within the Djokovic-Nadal match. So thank you very much, Summon256. You have now been summoned to be our stat checker. Let's go! I hope I get this pronunciation correctly, but Cerna Avka Druste. Hopefully I got that one correct. Jumping in for the first time, much love to you. A big shout out to Larvencio Ramos, who always who always brings some hard-hitting stuff, who jumped back in. He's been here for a very long time and jumped back in finally on our last show. Much love, Larvencio Ramos. Let's go! Henry David T., a new member that brought some excellent thoughts and some incredible writing for the first time on the last show. So welcome, Henry David T.
Welcome.
Much love, obviously, to Rahesh and Wayne Chia and AJ Malfoy and Dave Brains, and the list goes on forever. And if you want to read any of their comments, they're always on every show. Ethan D.A., much love. Kiyosama, much love. Sister to Queen, much love. But thank you very much, AJ Malfoy, for agreeing with myself on the last show, in which I said that Federer was obviously rooting for Djokovic to win this past tournament, because ultimately his major record of 20 is what he cares about the most, and he doesn't want anyone coming close to it.
I think after reading a lot of things and seeing a lot of things, I think I have to agree with that. I thought at first he might want Nadal to win, but you're right. He probably wanted Djokovic to win.
All right, so we're going to jump right into the first topic of the day. And this first topic of the day comes from a longtime friend and fan of this channel, a family group, and that's Dark Knight. All right? So Dark Knight had the topic of, can Novak Djokovic really catch Federer's 20? Can Novak Djokovic
I think everybody's asking that question.
I think you have some statistics about the ages of when Federer started winning majors and at the time, or started reeling them off, and when Djokovic now has kind of come into his own. So I'm going to let you read some statistics for everybody.
Well, as we all know, Roger Federer from Switzerland has 20 Grand Slam titles. He won his first Grand Slam title, which was at Wimbledon in 2003, defeating Mark Philippoussis. He was 21.
I watched that match with my dad in the flesh.
He was 21. Whereas Djokovic,
didn't he beat Roddick in the semis that year?
He did beat Roddick, and I'm gonna bring a few names. Novak Djokovic from Serbia won his first Grand Slam at 21, 2008 Australian Open.
I remember that.
And Nadal won his first Grand Slam in 2005 at the French Open at the age of 19.
Wonderful. Let's go.
Now Federer has won 15. He reached 15 slams. It took him, let me see, he won it at 2009, he reached his 15 slam. So it took him 7 years to reach 15 slams. Whereas Novak just reached his 15 slam at the age of 31, and it took him 12 years to get there.
Nice fact.
And Nadal, it took him 13 years to reach 15 slams.
It's a great fact.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess the question is here is kind of like a fine wine.
By age 30, by the way, Roger Federer had 17 slams already.
Okay, so they're pretty close at this point.
Yes.
In terms of the trajectory of getting to the magic number of 20.
Yes.
So, kind of like a fine wine, I think we always say that sometimes things get better with age. I think that Novak would fall into this category. As you just mentioned, the Nadals and Federers have usurped their lots of majors, reeling them off seemingly, before they were Djokovic's age, right?
Yes.
Or close to it.
Well, no, actually Nadal he won his first one in 2005, but it took him a little while. I mean, his next one, I think, wasn't until 2008, 2009, so it took him a few years later to start reeling them. And those, of course, we know are French Opens.
So, at this point, I think we should briefly discuss how difficult it is to win one major, much less 5 more, in the current difficult reign of men's tennis.
Yeah, I don't think most people understand that just winning one is really tough.
It's extremely difficult.
I mean, for people to just say that, oh, he can win 5 more, it's not that easy. He's 31 years old, so he's got age against him. He's got the younger ones coming after. Eventually, they're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Eventually they're going to figure it out. And when you are at the top, everybody wants to beat down on you, and that's a fact.
Yeah, let's look at a few players real quickly. We don't have to discuss them. Let's look at. Does anyone remember Marcellus Rios?
Yes.
That was at the top of the game, but never could win a major.
Yes.
How long did it take Wozniacki to win her first major?
Long time.
How long did it take Anna Ivanovic to win her first major? And the list goes on of these type players.
Well, and we can go back to Pete Sampras, where he won one in 1990. And it took him quite a few years to win another one.
Where he beat Agassi in the U.S. Open.
He thought he was just going to be a one-time Grand Slam champion. It took him a while.
So it's so much easier said than done. I know we're hardcore Novak fans, and I know we're hardcore Nadal and Federer fans. But just to win one major is incredibly difficult.
You know, I think I told him last night, look, tennis is like, it's like anything. It's like in sales. If you're in sales, you're only good as
the last month.
The last month. I mean, you don't know if he's going to be healthy for the French. You don't know with him sliding, is he going to get hurt? You don't know if he'll, you know, the tides turned last year. You had Federer win the Australian. You had Nadal win the Australian. All of a sudden, everybody thought Djokovic was done in tennis. And he wins 1, 2, 3. Same thing can happen. Someone else can come in and win 1, 2, 3. You don't know.
Yeah, it's nearly impossible to keep up the level of the Australian Open performance that Djokovic just played. Now, granted, he won Wimbledon. Granted, he won the U.S. Open. Granted, he has won the Australian. By the way, do you think Djokovic can hold the Djokovic Slam for the second time in a row, meaning holding all 4 majors, beginning with Wimbledon, U.S., following with the Australian Open and the French?
Maybe if he would have won the French, Wimbledon, U.S. Open, I could have said yes, but French Open, we know, is not his strongest one.
Now, lest we not forget...
He only won 1 French Open, correct?
Who? Djokovic.
Yes.
Yes, 1.
So it's not his strongest slam.
So lest we not forget, I'm a big Djokovic fan. I am the ultimate Federer fan. But again, I'm the ultimate Edberg fan, the ultimate Becker fan, the ultimate Sampras fan, and the list goes on. Don Budge, Rod Laver, and I can go on forever. I hope that Djokovic wins the French Open simply so Carla will have to humiliate herself.
If it were Wimbledon, then I would have to, but no, I don't think so.
All right, so it is really a whole lot easier said than done for any one person to win a major. 128 players to come out on top, knowing that you have to stay mentally in the game. You cannot get involved with off-the-court swimsuit calendar shoots like a lot of the females do.
You don't know what's going to happen in your personal life. Something can change in your life.
One small step in the wrong direction can mean absolute disaster. Yes. Hence why I think 5 slams to go ahead and call it a given at this point is really naive. However, do I think he can reach 20 within the next 4 years? Yes, but we had better hope that some of Djokovic sliding on hard courts with his ankle seemingly just 1 millisecond away from buckling over doesn't cause some fractured ankle, torn ACL like we've seen hundreds of times.
And there's a lot of people that say, I've heard a lot of viewers say, but he learns how to slide this way. We are human beings. We're going to break. We're
going to move forward from this topic, but I can guarantee you if the elite pros like Djokovic, Federer, Nadal, and these guys did not have specially made shoes with the soles that didn't have near the type of texture that our shoes that we wear, that we order from different liquidators or wherever, if the soles weren't specially designed and I or you tried to slide on a hard court, our ankles would be broken over. Please, people at home, do not try to slide on hard courts like Nadal.
Your knee, too. Your knee can go out.
If you try to slide on a hard court, please remember that these pros have absolutely specially made soles with absolutely specially made treads. And if you try to slide like them on a hard court, you are asking for a trip to the emergency room. Fact. Please don't try what they do at home because their shoes are specially made for that. You're asking for an injury. All right, moving forward. Sports writers today, to this very day, where I read this morning, are terming Naomi Osaka the next Serena Williams.
I don't think so. That is way too early. She's won 2 slams. She's 21 years old. If we go back and look into Serena's career.
Yeah, and I think you have some statistics for this. Yes. I just want everyone to understand right now how many 23 majors is. 23 majors. She is still 21 majors away from even thinking about.
I don't know how they
can
even think think about that. 23. Even winning one it's a major accomplishment.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So I would hold tight on saying she's the next Serena. Much respect to Osaka, 2 in a row,
Awesome.
and eliminated the whole omen of a different woman always winning a major. So we love you, Naomi Osaka. You proved yourself. But for sports writers today to consider her the next Serena, oh my goodness. Most women can't even win one. She's won 2, but Serena has 23.
Yeah. Serena in 1999 was 17 years old when she won her first Grand Slam, which was the U.S. Open. By age 21, she had already won 5 slams. 99 U.S. Open, 2002 U.S. Open, French Open, Wimbledon, and 2003 Australian and Wimbledon. 5 already by 21.
And look, she's not far from 5 at 2. But even if she got 5 by the time she was 21 or 22, oh my goodness.
There's things called injuries.
18 more majors, dedication.
How is tennis going to change?
Mentality.
How is her mind going to be? Will she change coaches? Will something happen in her family? 23?
Will she?
I don't see anyone
Will she
even
succumb
to
swimsuit calendars? Will she succumb to video games? I think she's a video gamer. No offense to that.
Will she get married? Will she become a mother at a? Who knows?
Exactly.
Life is.
How can we say that Naomi Osaka is the next Serena when she's still 21 majors away? Oh my goodness, 23.
Even to get to Steffi Graf. Can she even get to Steffi Graf, who's like one below her?
I don't know.
Or Martina Navratilova. Or Chris Evert, who have many slams. Or even Monica Seles.
You know, I think that that a lot of philosophers over the years have always said, and I think someone even wrote a song, let's give them something to talk about. These people write this jargon just to give someone something to talk about. Once she gets to maybe 18, by the time she's 29, then we'll talk.
Yeah.
But at this point, shh. All right, moving forward with Naomi Osaka, we wish the best for her, obviously. However, she has a dilemma upcoming in the next 8 or 9 months where she has to decide whether or not she is going to continue to fly the Japanese flag as she plays, or she flies the United States flag as she plays. Quick fact on that. As I read, and I may be wrong here, but I don't think the United States Tennis Association, the USTA, ever helped Naomi Osaka until she finally made the main draw of the Australian Open in 2016. We have discussed the futility of United States tennis for a very long time. It's all about money, it seems, and again, I don't want to jump down that path because we create enemies that way. We love United States tennis. I'm a lifetime member of the USTA and back them firmly. However, how many times have we heard, and I was born in 77, started playing at 2, been a lifetime member of the USTA since then, and watched tennis and the United States seemingly falter after the likes of Agassi, Sampras, Curry.
Once they left.
Courier, sorry.
Once they left American
Todd
tennis
Martin,
in the
Michael
male side, and the women's side, because let's be
If it
real,
wasn't
if
for
it wasn't
Serena.
the Williams sisters, where would American tennis be? Let's be real on that one. But you know, she moved to the United States when she was 3 years old with her parents.
Yep.
Okay, but she was born in Japan. Now, the Japanese Tennis Association has helped her with her tennis. And then the U.S. decided once she got into the 2016 main draw, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Then they want to help her.
I think that she needs to decide that on her own, what she wants to do. But I think you always should stick by the person that helped her.
I agree, and look, I'm not going to get into some geopolitical stuff or some college history that I had the opportunity to study. The Japanese have always been a very loyal culture, and even from the likes of World War II, where you had pilots that would literally demise themselves by flying aircraft into certain things and ultimately ending their lives for the benefit of their own people. The Japanese are very strong people, and they're very culturally driven. I really respect the Japanese people and always have. Their culture is humbling, and they have always known the ability to fight and fight to the very last breath. If I had advice to give Osaka, I would say think about the hand that fed you, and not the hand that just wants to be involved now that you're a megastar.
Yeah.
So
but ultimately, it's up to her, and I'm sure her parents are going to sit down. They're going to talk about it. She has until she's 22.
All right. So moving forward, we're almost getting out of time already for this one day off show. Carla, run down the top 20 men's rankings after the Australian Open. Quickly.
Number 1, Novak Djokovic from Serbia. Number 2, Rafael Nadal from Spain. Number 3, Alexander Zverev from Germany. Number 4, Juan Martín del Potro from Argentina. Number 5, Kevin Anderson from Republic of South Africa. Number 6, Roger Federer from Switzerland. Number 7, Kei Nishikori from Japan. Number 8, Dominic Thiem from Austria. Number 9, John Isner from the USA. Number 10, Marin Cilic from Croatia. Number 11, Karen Khachanov from Russia. Number 12, Stefanos Tsitsipas from Greece. Number 13, Bojan Koric from Croatia. Number 14, Milos Raonic from Canada. Number 15, Fabio Fognini from Italy. Number 16, Daniil Medvedev from Russia. Number 17, Lucas Pouille from France. Number 18, Robert Bautista Agut from Spain. Number 19, Marco Cecchinato from Italy. And number 20, Diego Schwartzman from Argentina.
We're gonna push through this quickly for time, but the only 2 problems I have in the whole top 20, and no disrespect to any player,
Potro.
No. Well, Del Potro, I understand why he's there because he's been injured and has been removed from the tournament.
He's protected, right?
And he's protected in a sense.
Okay.
That's questionable. Fabio Fognini, I don't think deserves to be in the top 20.
Yeah, but he's played so many tournaments. He's played so many tournaments, and he keeps.
Yeah, he's kind of like
his points are protected because he keeps getting that far.
He's kind of like Wozniacki and Marcelo Rios over the years. They play enough tournaments, they stick.
I disagree with number 19, Marco Cecchinato. The only thing he did was last year at the French Open. I suspect his ranking will go down.
So Del Potro's protected. Okay, I understand that. He's a great player when he's healthy, but that seems to be few and far between. Fognini, I disagree with, but he's played so many tournaments.
Thiem will drop out.
Well, I think Thiem's okay where he is, especially with the French upcoming. Diego Schwartzman, again, for him, he's played so many tournaments, but I think if you stack him up against even the Tsitsipas's or Federer or Djokovic, Nadal, I think he's going to get destroyed every time. So Fognini, Schwartzman, and Cecchinato I have a problem with, and then again with Del Potro.
John Isner has a lot of points to defend this year.
All right, women's top 20.
Number 1, Naomi Osaka from Japan. 2, Petra Kvitova from the Czech Republic. Number 3, Simona Halep from Romania. Number 4, Sloane Stephens from the USA. Number 5, Karolina Pliskova from the Czech Republic. Number 6, Angelique Kerber from Germany. Number 7, Elina Svitolina from Ukraine. Number 8, Kiki Bertens from Netherlands. Number 9, Caroline Wozniacki from Denmark. Number 10, Arina Sabalenka from Belarus. Number 11, Serena Williams from the USA. Number 12, Daria Kasatkina from Russia.
Ouch.
Number 13, Anastasia Sevastova from Latvia. Number 14, Ashley Barty from Australia. Number 15, Garbine Muguruza from Spain. Number 16, Julia Gorgis from Germany. Number 17, Madison Keys from the USA. Number 18, Kia Wang from China. Number 19, Caroline Garcia from France. And your 20th seed is Anett Kontaveit from Estonia.
I like the women's lineup a lot. I have no complaints here.
You've noticed something, though, that Keys keeps dropping?
I have no complaints here. Everything seems to be spot on.
Who's Kia Wang?
Well, she's the Chinese player that did fairly well at the Australian.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't have any problems with the women's top 20. Again, with the likes of Del Potro being protected, Fognini, and Schwartzman and Cecchinato, and the men's, questionable there.
I'm pretty sure the women's will be flipping back and forth a lot. So.
All right, moving forward, real quickly. Will Federer play another year? I think so.
I think so too. Yes.
People say Federer playing the French Open is kind of a way of saying goodbye. I do not think so. Federer lost a ton of points by playing the Australian Open. Had won it 2 years in a row. Lost 2,000 points. Dropped to number 6 in the world. He has no points to defend at the French Open, by the way. So if he wins a couple of rounds, he climbs in the rankings and makes his draw more favorable at Wimbledon. His ultimate goal, I can promise you, is to protect his 20 slams. If he has any chance to get it to 21 or 22, he is going to take them. If anybody disagrees, comments below.
I have to agree with you on that.
More match practice is at hand. How can you lose there? Again, with all these variables, more match practice, another chance to add one to his major stockpile. There is no cons for him playing the French. Less injury and he moves too fluidly. To have a con for injury unless he tweaks his knee in some wicked clay slide. But I think that we have not seen the last of Federer. Next subject. Anyone's current favorites to win the French Open, and we're not going to discuss this. We're ready to talk about them. I'm going to list about 8 players, men and women, that I think are the current favorites to win the French Open. Stanislas Wawrinka, Dominic Thiem, Rafael Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Simona Halep. I want to say Osaka here, but I don't know really and truly how great she is on clay yet. She's still so young. Sloane Stephens is good on clay. Watch out. She, if I remember correctly, she's from the Atlanta area, and they train a lot on.
Last year.
And they play a lot on clay in that area. Angelique Kerber and Garbine Muguruza. Anybody want to add to your current list of French Open candidate, finalists, or winners? Comment below. You want to add anybody to that?
I think I would add Kachanov to that one. Maybe Coric, your guy.
Yeah, Coric maybe. Kachanov, I think, is more of a hard court big server. I think that the clay court slows that serve down.
I mean, obviously we have Novak Djokovic and Nadal. How can you forget those two?
All right, moving forward. Andy Murray now has a metal plate in his hip. Can this help him? He just had another surgery on the hip, just like the likes of Bob Bryan, the Bryan brothers, the extremely successful doubles team. We can't forget that Bob Bryan is a doubles player and covers about half the court and puts out about half the energy. Believe me, I love doubles. I love to play it, but I love singles even more. I love both games, but when I play a singles match, 2 out of 3 sets, I'm dying.
It's worth it. It's worth a try.
It's worth a try.
Worth a try. Why not?
We wish the best for Murray. Will this second surgery help Murray see the top of the game again or not?
Well, he took about Roberto Bautista Agut to 5 sets, so who knows? Maybe I'll help him out.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. Comment below. A quick correction from, Carla and I watched a couple of our shows on our day off yesterday, and there was a show in which Carla mentioned that tennis was an expensive sport. The way it came across when I watched it was that tennis is expensive for anyone. Not the case. What Carla was trying to indicate was that tennis is very expensive for a pro player that has to travel around the world to pay traveling coaches, to eat meals, to buy traveling expenses and taxi cabs and food and on and on and on and strings and so forth. Tennis is not an expensive sport to learn. Look at Yvonne Goolagong, who won 7 major championships. She learned how to play tennis with the old wooden racket hitting against a blanket draped over a clothesline. Wow. I grew up in the tennis family, and I can't tell you how many times we were doing taps ups and taps downs in the basement of the house.
Actually, I did something similar. I didn't know she did that, but I did that with my daughter when we weren't able to play on the courts. I put 2 chairs and a blanket, and she would hit her backhand against it.
Tennis is not an expensive sport to learn and to put in your pocketbook of exercise. You can hit against a brick wall. You can get a used tennis racket at a thrift store or find it in someone's garbage can. I have seen people string rackets with sticks, wrapping string around the sticks and twisting it with their hand.
You can do it. You can. I mean, when I lived in the Dominican Republic, I used to hit against my garage door all the time because I had no one to play with.
Tennis is not an expensive sport to learn and to play and to create a lifelong hobby out of and a way to get some exercise. She meant it's expensive in terms of traveling as a pro. Ultimately, if you lose in the first or second round, to be even more broker than you were in the first place. Yes. It is not expensive to learn. You can find a million ways to get tennis into your life without spending much money at all. Pre-owned tennis balls, by the way, not a problem. They may have a little bit less pressure or PSI in them.
Well, you can get a new can for about $2. So.
It is very inexpensive to learn and to play. If you want to travel globally, then it's a different story, and that's what Carla meant. I have 6 quick questions from Yemi Lade or Yemi Lade, who lives in the UK that resides from Nigeria. Here are his questions. Answer them below. Will Rafael Nadal bounce back and win the French Open for the 12th time? Can Novak Djokovic win the French and hold the Novak Slam for the 2nd time? Will Novak Djokovic be given the proper? When will Novak Djokovic be given the proper respect in the game? I think he got it in the Australian
I think he
Open.
got it in the Australian. Yes.
Is Roger Federer done with tennis at the highest level?
No.
When will the next generation finally step up?
Hopefully in the summertime.
Or not, there'll be another lost generation like Dimitrov and Kyrgios.
I have a feeling we'll see something new in the summer.
When will Stanislas Wawrinka win another major? I miss him. That was what he said.
Come on, Wawrinka.
Let's go. All right, health tip of the day. Hate to rush, but we're almost out of time. Health tip of the day. Try tennis. There's no excuse for it being expensive, hence why we wanted to correct that. You can find a used tennis racket, pre-owned balls for pennies on the dollar and go out in your driveway or on the dirt where many people play and figure the game out on your own. And it's really super fun.
And there's many videos out there that help you too.
A new segment, Quote of the Day. Here's the quote of the day, and this comes from Plato. Plato said, and many people in different ways have said, be kind because everyone is fighting a tough battle. Doesn't matter where you are or what's going on in the world, every human being on this planet, rich or poor, hungry or not, is fighting a very tough battle. Be nice, be positive, stay strong, lend a helping hand, because all of us here on this earth are going through a test, and that's called life, and everyone is hurting. Be kind. That's it, everyone. Thanks so much to all of you. Thanks so much, as always, to Ivor Savage and the entire YTech team at YTech Strings, who makes a big part of the game, tennis racket string, personal. We love you, and again, Ivor and YTech, thank you so much for believing in Carla and I to do your play test and to do your string test and believing in us to do it correctly. Much love to you, YTech. If you expand the description field by hitting the down arrow on the bottom of this video, there are links there for Carla and I's PayPal account and for our Cash App username. If you wish to donate to our channel, it helps out tremendously. We put it back into the show and into prize giveaways. Please like the video, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel. We get a lot of views, but not a lot of subscribers, and we're trying to reach a milestone where we can start actually being economically advantaged for doing this, so that way we can spend more time doing this for all of you. Share our videos, comment below, and we will always talk about your topics and comments.
Definitely.
Love all of you guys. See you in a couple of days. I said that last time when we went one day, but we love all of you, and thanks so much for all of you and all your comments and to keep us motivated. And as the lovely Carla always says,
adios.
Let's go! Come on! Let's go! Stay positive, keep fighting, stay strong, come on! Let's go!
He's saying that after the beating I gave him.
Yeah, right.